Before I give my opinion in this video, I just want to say I have nothing wrong with protest. It's in our constitutional right to protest. But I have a problem with 24-hour, everyday protest for every single little thing that clinches your butthole. That I have a problem with, because that's so fucking annoying. Protesting, essentially, what it is a way to get something accomplished in politics, but, here's the problem. Liberals protest everything now. Every little single fucking thing that makes them clench their butthole. And it's annoying. It really is fucking annoying. And I'm not just saying that because it frustrates me. I'm saying it because it's true. Look, you want to protest an injustice, by all means go ahead. I stand with you. I support your protests. But not everything is an injustice. Sometimes it's a security measure. Why the fuck would you want to protest a security measure? It makes no sense whatsoever. Now, the liberals' latest protest is on the app Uber. Fucking Uber. 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 They're protesting fucking Uber now. Here's the ironic thing. And I don't use Uber, really. So I live in an area where I could fucking walk to places. But Andy Worski, Repsion use Lyft, and they say that 50% of Lyft drivers and Uber drivers are American Muslims. So, when you protest Uber or protest Lyft, whatever, you're actually hurting American Muslims who are trying to, make money for their families so they could get by. So their children have clothes on their back, so their children have their medicine, they have a roof over their head. So you're actually taking away from their business. Now, it's ridiculous to, first of all, protest Uber. And the reason why they're protesting Uber, liberals anyway, they're protesting Uber because at the JFK airport yesterday, regular taxi drivers were protested for an hour. And Uber drivers, the majority of them being Muslims, saying, fuck this, no, I got money to make for my family. And they were driving people to their locations from JFK Airport. Now liberals are like, now we got to delete Uber. Anybody who uses Uber is a Nazi. What? Okay. This is honestly fucking ridiculous, people. This is fucking ridiculous. Stop protesting every single service out there. For Christ's sake, if Trump had waffles for breakfast, you'd be protesting fucking waffles. If Trump took a shit and tweeted about it, you'd hold yours in. It's ridiculous at this point. Get on with your lives. Worry about your personal issues. Worry about your own personal problems. That's what I'm doing. Look, I'm not a Trump fan. I didn't support him. I didn't vote for him. I don't agree with almost anything he says or does. But here's the thing, though. I'm not going to protest or bitch about everything he says or does because I got personal shit to worry about. I got personal shit to worry about. I'm not going to, make my life out to be completely bitching and complaining about Washington and what they do. Because quite honestly, it gets pointless after a while. Because Washington is always going to fuck over the American people regardless of the Democrat or Republican Congress, Democrat or Republican president. It's always going to happen. It's going to be the same shit constantly revolving around the world in America 24/7. America's always going to go 180. Every presidential term. If it's going to be a Republican president, it's going to go 180. If it's a Democrat president, it's going to go 180. It's always going to happen. You people are nuts. You literally protest everything you don't like. You protest everything you don't like, which is okay every now and then, but constant 24/7 protesting is ridiculous. It is very ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. You gotta learn that protesting for every little single thing that doesn't affect your life, is kind of repetitive. Look, I know this is a rant video. I haven't done one of these in a really long time. But the reason why it's a rant video is because liberals are now becoming Joseph McCarthy people. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here's a quick history lesson. Let's go back to the late 40s, early 50s. Joseph McCarthy is elected by Truman and elected by Eisenhower to be head of House Commission. And if you have no idea what the head of House Commission is, allow me to explain. It's a fancy term for head of national security. And so, Joseph McCarthy being the head of House Commission, who was a staunch conservative in the 50s, because that was the thing to be in the 50s, a conservative. If you weren't a conservative, you were a communist liberal. Now, what did Joseph McCarthy do? He went after Hollywood and political liberals and branded them communist, even if they weren't communist, just for the sheer fact to label them communists. And especially Hollywood liberals were blacklisted for the most part, except for Frank Sinatra. He got away from all the harsh things and all that. He was branded a communist, but he, still made movies, still put out albums. He escaped the more harsh things that Hollywood liberals were affected with. But that's essentially what liberals are doing. They're doing the same thing Joseph McCarthy did to Hollywood liberals, but they're branding everybody who doesn't criticize Trump enough. They're branding Trump supporters and Trump's, occasional critics like myself, Nazis, because we don't criticize him enough. Maybe it's because we have personal issues to worry about and we're not worried about what Trump is doing because we have other issues to worry about. We're worried about our jobs. We're worried about, not losing our jobs. We're worried about getting our paychecks. We're worried about paying our fucking bills on time. We're worried about more important shit. That's in our personal lives. I know this was one long-winded rant, but it needed to be fucking done. Liberals, stop protesting everything. You gotta learn when to protest and when not to protest. There's a time and place for protest. Not every time is the time and place for protest. Jesus Christ, you're all gonna lose your jobs. And if you do, I don't feel sorry for you. I really don't. If you lose your jobs due to not going to work because you're out protesting everything that happens in Washington now, I don't feel sorry for you. You deserve to lose your jobs if you're going to protest all the time. You really do deserve to lose your jobs. You got to go to work once in a while. See you guys.